So the world is waking up to the overpriced plastic that has been going around, and we are taking matters into our own hands by going to look for suppliers, Chinese vendors by ourselves, or simply reevaluating the point, the meaning of luxury goods. Personally, I don't believe all the claims coming out of China. I don't believe all the claims from Chinese vendors, especially when you look at the fact that the Yellow app has been around for quite a long time, and you have had on the low personal shoppers and sources on WhatsApp to talk to directly and order things from factories that produce for these big brands. I think what China has done is help the world to review the definition of real and fake, and why it even matters whether something is real or fake. And what it's boiling down to is something is fake until the owner of the brand has profited from the sale. And when you take away the fluff, real or fake does not matter. Real or fake has nothing to do with the location. It has nothing to do with the quality of the production or the location of the assembly. But for me, and to add to the layers, okay, the rumblings that are coming up, to all of this drama is in the fact that the goods may be made in China, but the raw materials, a significant amount of the raw materials come from Africa. And this is important because just because the US and China right now are fighting, they don't automatically become our friends in business, either the US or China. These two countries or parties don't automatically therefore become friends of Africa in business. We've seen it time and time again how Chinese people treat Africans when they arrive to do business in Africa. They treat Africans poorly in character and in business terms, in business trade deals that they put in place. A lot can be said, about why are we accepting these terrible terms to begin with, but that's a conversation, that's a rabbit hole for another day, because it's really centers around a question to our leaders, to our businessmen and women. Why are they so bribable? Why are they so willing to accept poor payment and payment terms and conditions? When you look at China, for example, they have just as many, if not more, mines, for example, in Congo and across Africa. So us sitting back watching and giggling to some extent whilst the US is tearing their relationships apart, we are actually watching the rise of China. We are actually watching a gap, yes, being created, and somebody's going to need to fill a gap. I mean, China is not going to stop sending goods to the US. Already people are creating business opportunities that include rerouting China-made goods to be shipped to the US via countries that pay less tariffs, but that's a whole other conversation. I guess the point I'm making is we are watching the rise of China, and I do hope when it comes to the African continent that we're not going to jump from one oppressor to another. And the future of luxury can move to Africa because handmade and family generational secrets for techniques and inner trade are just the norm, and these are the things the world considers luxury. These are the things that make for a high quality product, and we have the opportunity to even take it up a notch on the continent by creating a world of luxury goods that actually also injects back into an immediate community rather than just family. It actually injects back into a community, so reinvesting, uplifting, and seeing improvements in qualities of life and resources. I was going to include percentages of what type of raw materials predominantly come from Africa and what do they turn into for the rest of the world to consume, but the numbers are so all over the place. There's so much inconsistency because I guess who is counting? Certainly not China and not the US, because why would they, But these are the things we need to start looking at, because we have the raw materials. We can produce these goods that we buy at extortionate prices once they are a final product. It's important to remember, in the world of business, your enemy's enemy is not your friend. especially when it comes to our African leaders, our African business owners, that we've seen time and time again that they don't see past tomorrow and they don't see past their family, and they're so easily bribable. I'm going to stop here. Thank you so much for staying to the end of this video. I look forward to seeing your comments in the comment section below. Until my next video, stay safe out there.